Wow, it has been a minute. I'm glad to be back on here, though it won't be the same. We are changing it up a bit. A channel refresh, if you will. I am done with my Tumblr era, if that's what you were here for in the past, though I will still have many seasonal DIYs, home hacks, and all that fun stuff. The vibe is shifting to where I'm at more now in my life, which is house renovations. We are doing so much to our house, which, by the way, when we moved in here, it's probably like 3 years ago now, I redid almost like half the furniture in my house. I love giving things a second life, mixing that old with new. I live for thrifting and antique stores. We have multiple projects to do in our home right now, which is why I would really like to just take you on the journey with us. I'm also a mom of two, and they keep me busy and also drive me batshit crazy at the same time. And we started shifting into our less toxic era and making switches and changes as we go to get healthier as a family. And I've learned a lot on the way. So I can't wait to show it all to you and bring you along. Let's go take a look at some of the stuff we have planned. And this is real ass life. I have not picked up. You're gonna see what is here, and I'm gonna show you some of my mood boards and inspo boards and what is in my head and in my brain to like redo or what I wanna do, and here for all the advice. First up, the dining room. I really want this done or started while we're finishing the kitchen. We'll see. So, gave my old table to my brother. We're starting blank. This is a Halloween craft we're finishing. We're starting, whatever you want to call it. Blinds coming down. Plan for Roman shades, curtains. The top half of the wall will be a scenic wallpaper, and doing picture frame molding on the bottom and color drenching like a dark green and like a nice scenic, I don't know, vintage look, rustic look, but not full rustic. Like I don't really want horses on the wall. And I want to find like a nice natural wood table that's not dark, but it's not full white wood, and a nice rug. And yeah, getting rid of that, or maybe I'll paint it because it does fit there, so I can definitely paint that. Have to find a statement light, and I would really like to find something from an antique store or look for like an old antique one on Etsy. No idea what I'm doing on this back wall yet. This one was an Ethan Allen hutch that I got for $45, and I just redid myself, and I obviously have to like never ever redid the inside, but I'll see if it's gonna stay or not. I don't know, because it could go, like it could stay in here once we're done, because it's just such a neutral color. It could really stay. I'm gonna decorate it with some of my you know, like collected plates and whatnot. This is who's my favorite. So I have some collector items in here. We just got to make it look pretty. Like some stuff has just been thrown in here from when we redid the kitchen. Moving on to the foyer and a delivery box. That has been a dumping ground since we were redoing the kitchen. So this is obviously right off of the dining room, front door, dining room, foyer. And when we had to move everything out of the kitchen and we got all the cabinets in and whatever, this has been literally a dumping zone. So still working on that. But it's Halloween season and the decor still has to go up some way, somehow. Anyways, plans for here. Going to continue with the picture frame molding along these walls. Like halfway, all the way, don't know, because these walls are high. So, but there's so much, like it's just so much wall. We need some molding. Like there needs to be wood on these walls. The terrorist that has a warrant out for his life. So a lot needs to be done to this wall. Like I just need some kind of molding, and I'm thinking like simple picture frame molding so it's not too much. And that way it'll connect and flow with the dining room. And then we come out to the living room, which is Halloween right now, obviously. And those are going, we're gonna get some wall art here. Family pictures can be moved to upstairs, hallway, whatever. We really wanted to do build-ins on the side, but we couldn't because behind that wall is my husband's office, and that's the closet behind his office that he uses and has a safe in, and so we couldn't bust into that wall. I don't know if you guys can hear squeaking in that door, but Sherbert wants to come out and eat. It's breakfast time. This is his room. Are you ready to eat? This is a spare bathroom that we don't use, so it's his room. Hi, bud. Are you ready to eat? Come on. Let's go eat. Let's go eat breakfast. Ooh, dookie dookie doo. Who's ready to eat? And no worries, the diarrhea curtains, they're going after Christmas. But first, my plan is to add trim over all of these windows because we have 3 large windows. And then I need to raise the curtains because my husband hung them wrong and not high enough. Just kidding. I love you so much. He hung them beautifully. They need to be hung higher. And I'm looking for like, you know, a nice ivory linen, if you will. And then the ladders are a statement piece. If you don't have them out, what are you doing? And this bad boy right here, she's gotta go. Yeah, I redid that a long time ago, and you know, it was just a given item. We placed it somewhere, we needed something. It's kind of turned into a dropping spot, but anyways, my plan is to find some kind of credenza buffet item right here, floating shelves, and we do a lot of like herbs. I think I'm gonna put some hooks under the floating shelves for a herb drying rack. And then inside the credenza with the closed doors, we could put all of our salves and herbal mixtures, whatnot have you, that we're jarring in there. And yeah, I don't know. There's something in my head. This is our kitchen to the living room. It's all open. So wherever I can put a little something on the wall to like break things up in a way, I will. Like my walls have nothing on them really right now. Like I took everything down while we were under a full kitchen remodel, construction, I don't know. Because I am starting fresh. This is another area to the dining room. For this, I really want to just do like a board and batten, just to like one simple wall, just boom, right there, a little statement wall, board and batten with a really with a really pretty just picture, like a large picture there. I don't know. I think that would look pretty, but I don't know if just like a random board and batten wall would look weird. The only thing though is this is a random under the stair cabinet. So I don't know what to do about the board and batten wall, but it's pretty hidden by the couch. I could always just lay the board and batten over this door, take this off, take the molding off, lay the board and batten, like cut it and then keep laying it over there. I don't know. Okay, so far in the kitchen, it's workable. We've been using it. We have the cabinets up. I have my hardware planned out. My cabinets have their sticky notes on for what I'm going to order. I already know. The kids actually have not pulled them down yet. Surprising. And our handles that I picked out, I'm doing knobs, pulls, and all the bottoms, the drawers are gonna be bin pulls. And this is our beautiful backsplash. If you want my card, let me know. This is what I chose. Just fell in love with that organic, undone texture. I just love them. So I went with the Zillige handmade clay tiles to give it that uneven, undone texture. And I went with the snow white. There's like a few whites, so it's not going to be like white. My cabinet, they look white when you're looking at them, but against stuff they're not white. So if you put like something really white next to it, they're gonna look that slight off white. Like I didn't want that cream yellow like those old cabinets, and I didn't want stark white, so they're in between. In person you can tell, I promise. This backsplash is for this entire wall. We are going to put a pot filler up too, because that's our garage back there, so we can still do that. But we added a coffee bar to this blank wall. This is our coffee and tea area. We both are big coffee and tea drinkers. This whole wall is going to be a rough stone, and it's going to be inside here as well. I found a rough stone that works perfectly, but our tile guy was like, okay, yeah, this is heavy and thick. We could do it, but we're gonna have to put up some new, whatever the hell he called it, boards, drywall, something on the walls, because we're afraid of that shit pulling it off. It's really heavy. So we're still on the lookout for like a rough stone that is like that, but thinner, not as thick. And our bottom cabinets are all a darker brown. They look almost black here, but they're not. They're a darker brown. There you go. That's not the rug I picked out. That's old. I have to pick out rugs still. Our island is large and in charge, and I am obsessed with it. It's my favorite piece. I love, this is granite, by the way. I do love the granite. We had to pick granite for the durability. My husband loves to put like hot shit on the counters, and he just cannot remember not to. So yeah, we definitely had to go with granite on both. And lights. So we got 4 of these. So I'll be putting 2 on each end there. By the way, we're getting rid of every single light area that was in this ceiling. He's actually starting that this week. And then I'm doing 2 above the coffee bar, like kind of centered and whatnot. And then I'll show you my pendants. I died when I found them. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done looking. They're literally so big and like heavy. They're solid. They're hand patinaed. I'm freaking obsessed with them. Let's see if you can like see the detail on them. And we got 2 of them for above the island. It's really gonna start to pull it all together. I'm obsessed with my Nathan James chairs that we picked. This is real seagrass and it feels amazing. It's really tight, it's really sturdy, and the wood finish is so pretty. I have these little like covers that I just throw on the chairs for the kids. This is like actually how they look. This is like a piece of fuzz. And I have a really good fabric cleaner that actually just takes it all off if something spills. We got lots of work to do. And this whole bottom floor, I still have to do work upstairs. And now let's work our way into the next room. The powder room. So this whole powder room is going to be just redone. Think your European moody vintage, I guess you could say. I think we're doing like full molding, like every wall, all of it, it's going to be molding, the whole thing, all of it. My husband chose like the whole thing. I was like, let's do like half and half, like the dining room, and he's like, no, the whole thing. So okay. And I really want to get like a vintage like leg, I don't know, what do you call those, leg sinks? And then a really like cool vintage mirror. And then we have to find what to do with this whole area. Roman shades, maybe some cool vintage curtains, like little half curtains or something. We'll see. Time will tell. And then we have the Hot Mess Express of a laundry room. Never touched. Nothing. Did nothing to it. It's just being used. It works and it's being used. The whole thing needs to be just redone. Threw up a good old handy plastic table here for function. And that's that.